Yo guys, what is up? Max for Diablo 4 video, and today we are talking about vampire powers. Now, real quick, I am still away, so I'm in a sketchy room on a laptop. So the quality of the gameplay and the visuals are probably not going to be very good. It's down to very low resolution, but I've been testing a lot with the vampire powers, trying to min-max for Abattoir of Zir, and I found that one of the vampire powers that I've been using on almost all of my builds, and I know a lot of other people are using on their builds, is just not working. It just doesn't do what it says, and so I wanted to share what that is so that you can not use it in your builds moving forward and be the most min-max for the Abattoir of Zir. All right, let's get into it. So the vampire power that we're talking about that is in question is going to be Prey on the Weak. Now, this vampire power says you deal 16% multiplicative increased damage to vulnerable enemies. Enemies are vulnerable while affected by a vampiric curse from your other vampiric powers. Now, I've used this in conjunction with a Curse Touch to make entire rooms of enemies vulnerable. That's really, really nice. It's a great combo, and that combo is still going to work. This glyph, still, when an enemy is afflicted by a vampiric curse, it still makes them vulnerable, and making enemies vulnerable is an inherent damage increase. However, what is not working in my testing, and I've been testing this for over an hour, I tested it on my PC back home, and then I came back on my laptop. I've tested it as well here. This damage multiplier is just not working. It's not working at all. The dealing increased damage to vulnerable enemies, and I've tested this numerous times. I'm going to show you guys my spreadsheets that I've been using to test, and a lot of builds are just using Prey on the Weak simply for the damage. They've already got great uptime on Vulnerable. There's tons of builds that already have good uptime on Vulnerable that they don't need to use a Curse Touch. They're just straight up using Prey on the Weak, and this shouldn't be used because right now it's not working. Now, maybe Blizzard's going to see this video and fix this glyph or this vampire power before the Abattoir goes live, but right now, if you have this in your build just for damage, it's not doing anything. So for my testing, I didn't have any offensive aspects on, no beneficial aspect on my weapon, no gear. I took off all of my skill tree points except for just basic Storm Strike, and I didn't have a Paragon active, but I removed all of my glyphs, and I don't have any damage that'd be swaying it, and I tested everything evenly, so no offensive powers, no skill tree, no spirit boons, no Paragon board, just the raw basics. Now, I did 3 different tests for this. The first test was 3 minutes of basic attacking with the Prey and 3 minutes attacking without Prey on the Weak, and I just recorded whatever was the highest damage number, and in that 3 minutes with Prey equipped, I did 7,232 hit, and without Prey equipped, I did a 7,192, so pretty much equivalent. The only reason that there's any sort of stat variation or damage variation is because Storm Strike is a skill, like all other skills in Diablo 4, that has a damage range. So it having a damage range inherently means that sometimes it'll hit for more and sometimes it'll hit for less. Now, I didn't really like the 3-minute testing method, so what I did after that was I did 10 basic attacks without the glyph, and then 10 basic attacks with Prey on, and recorded that values, and that's going to be showing on screen right now. And as you can see, I actually did more damage without Prey on average, than I did with Prey on, and I thought that was a little bit weird. So I did another test. This was a 15-hit test. I didn't record the first hit that actually made the target dummy vulnerable. Once again, we're recording against vulnerable. The enemy needs to be vulnerable in order for our test to be accurate. And then that was pretty dead even. Looking at our little Google sheet that I made, the average for 15 hits without Prey was 1396, and the average for 15 hits with Prey was 1318. In both instances, on the 10-hit test and the 15-hit test, both I found that with Prey was actually doing less damage. Now, I don't think this glyph actually is lowering your damage. It's just definitely not increasing it. It's definitely not increasing it by a multiplicative amount. I'm just going to leave this table up on screen as I do my little outro here if you want to screenshot it. But yeah, I did multiple testing. This was over an hour of testing. I did it on this laptop, and I found the same results back on my PC a few days ago. I don't know if this changed or if Prey on the Weak has just never been giving us a damage increase, but from my testing, at least on Druid, it does not work at all, and so I just don't think it needs to be included in builds, and I will be updating my guides to get rid of this vampire power on all of my Druid guides just because it's just not working. It's still good for generating vulnerable with a curse touch if you do not have a way to generate vulnerable, but if you're just using it for its raw damage increase, it's not doing anything for you. So yeah, guys, that is going to do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found this video informative and useful. Sorry for the weird format and the like crappy Diablo graphics on the laptop, but yeah, guys, that's going to do it. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Peace.